Hello, everyone, and welcome to Career Day. Career Day is an initiative by Tuto Tusa. We believe that information empowers people. At Career Day, we know that choosing a career is more than just picking a job. It starts with your passions, your dreams, and strengths. And then there is choosing where to study and what you qualify for. And that is just the beginning.
Once you have chosen your preferred courses and tertiary institutions, you still need to complete the application forms. The application form is one of the most important steps for getting into the right institution, and we know that it can be challenging to access the forms and complete them. With all the hard work you are putting into getting into higher education, we do not want the application form to stand in the way of your dreams. In this video, we will show you how to complete an application form, including the documents that you will need. The good news is that completing an application form is not too different from creating a social media profile.
If you like this video, remember to hit the like button and subscribe so you don't miss out on our amazing series. Remember to share with your friends, as this could be helpful to them as well.
So, where can you apply? You can apply from anywhere. All you need is a good internet connection. You can also use any device that can connect to the internet, such as a computer, a laptop, a tablet, and a smartphone. Just make sure you are comfortable with using the device to complete the application form's required fields and to upload the required supporting documents. We recommend using a laptop or computer, as some mobile devices do not support all the features required to complete the application form. Before you begin the application process, make sure you have the following items ready: a list of the courses you wish to apply for at the tertiary institution, a device that is connected to the internet with sufficient battery power. If the device shuts down without you saving, you will lose all your progress. A cell phone that can receive SMSs that you will have access to up until and after you complete grade 12. An email address that you will have access to up until and after you complete grade 12. Emails and/or SMS texts will be sent to confirm your email address and mobile number, to acknowledge receipt of the application, to provide updates on the application, and to confirm whether you are accepted into your chosen course of study or not. Your identification document. If you are a South African citizen, this will be your Smart ID card. If you are an international student, this will be your passport. Finally, you will need your grade 11 report card. Yes, you heard correctly, grade 11. A mistake that a lot of learners make is that they wait for grade 12 to put in the effort required to get the best marks. Unfortunately, tertiary institutions accept or reject applications based on your grade 11 marks. By the time you get your grade 12 results, the tertiary institutions will not have any space left for that academic year. When you have all these items ready, you can now proceed to the application portal or website of the chosen tertiary institution. Today we are going to use the University of Johannesburg online application portal to complete our application. Most universities and colleges have online application forms. This should be available for the institution you are applying to. Firstly, we will select the undergraduate tab. Undergraduate degree means the education level after completing high school, before a postgraduate degree. Once you have selected the undergraduate tab, you will be able to select between new applicant or returning/internal application. New application is self-explanatory. That's you, fresh out of high school, and returning or internal applicant refers to someone who is already at the university or has applied before. On this screen you will select New Applicant. Apply here. You will be directed to the start of the relevant application form. I will go through the screen and select the relevant answers, firstly checking if you have a student number. You will only have a student number if you are a returning or internal student, so this is not relevant if you are in high school, so we will select no. Secondly, asking if you are returning to finalize the application. When filling out your online application form, most institutions give you the option to save and continue later, so that whatever information you have entered can be saved if you need to log out before completing the application form. That way you don't have to start again when you return. On the UJ form they ask if you have a qualification token. Select yes if this is applicable to you. Qualification tokens are given to specific applicants based on the institution's rules and regulations. Lastly, you will be asked to read and accept the UJ POPI Act clause before continuing with your application form. The POPI Act sets out the minimum standards regarding accessing and processing of any personal information belonging to another. It is there to ensure that all South African institutions conduct themselves in a responsible manner when collecting, processing, storing and sharing another entity's personal information by holding them accountable should they abuse or compromise your personal information in any way. Once you have read the Act, then tick the small box at the bottom to agree and proceed to the next page. On this screen we will capture biographical details. This includes information about you, your nationality, personal information, address information. If your street address and your postal address are the same, just tick the box below. For the contact information, please make sure that you don't change phone numbers or your email address because sometimes the university uses SMS or email to communicate. Next will be your residency information. This relates to where you will be staying whilst you're studying. Some people choose to stay at the university's residence. If this is you, then you will select yes to apply for residence. Once you do this, the university will send you an email with a separate application form for residence. People sometimes opt to stay in a shared accommodation off campus, a flat, or even at home. It is just important to figure out where you will be staying and make the necessary arrangements beforehand so that you are not stranded when the academic year commences. Lastly, you will be required to fill in any information about a disability if you have one. It is important to note that everything that has an asterisk, that's the small red star next to the question, has to be completed. It is mandatory. Once everything on the screen is complete, you can save and continue. When this is done, you can either log out and come back later or just continue. Remember though, if you decide to save and log out, you need to come back before the closing date and complete your application. Next, you will fill out your next of kin details. A next of kin is a title that can be given to anyone from your partner to blood relatives and even friends. In this instance, I would recommend either your parents or guardian. Once that is complete, you will fill in the account contact details. This is usually the details of the person that will be paying your fees. I would recommend filling in your parents' or guardian's details. If you have a bursary at this point, then enter their details. If you will only get the bursary confirmed the following year, that's fine. You can always change these details once you have the letter from the bursary confirming that they will pay. When you receive this letter, you will have to either email it to the university accounts department or take it there and change the account details. Applications for NSFAS are separate, but most of the universities have a link to where and how you can apply for NSFAS. Then save and continue. As mentioned before, make sure that all the questions that have an asterisk, the red star at the top, are completed. Once that is done, you can save and continue. You can either log out and keep what you have completed thus far, or you can continue and finish once off the form. The next screen will be results details. Enter your metric or grade 12 year. Remember to select undergraduate, and to indicate if you are upgrading. Then for the other questions, select the most relevant answer in the drop-down, using the magnifying glass on the side to search. Once that is done, you will fill out the subject details, scroll down or use the magnifying glass to search for and select your specific school leaving subjects. These are the subjects that you are doing and marks. It is very important to remember to use your grade 11 final marks in this section, not your first term grade 12 marks. They will not be accepted. After you select the subject and enter your final grade 11 mark, just click on Add Subject until you have added all the subjects on your report card. At the bottom, you will see a summary of the subject and the marks you have added. Please double-check that what you have entered matches with your grade 11 marks. You will be asked for your grade 11 report card, and you want to make sure that the marks you entered and the marks on the report card match. If they don't match, this can cause your application to be rejected. If you made a mistake with either the subject or marks, just click in the small box next to the subjects in the summary and click Remove. When you are done, click Save and Continue. Next, we will fill out the educational or institution details. These are details about your school and current grade. Remember to use the magnifying glass to find what you need. It is important that you get the name of your school correct. It should be an exact match. If you cannot find your school, you will need to contact the university or college for assistance. Other tertiary details include your studying history, and if you have studied elsewhere. Once complete, click Save and Continue. The academic application at the top gives an explanation of the different study programs at the university. Below is where you will select what is relevant for you, the academic year you want to start studying, the type of program you are applying for, and the degree you want to apply for. For all undergraduate degrees, you will select curricular courses in the What are you applying for box. Make sure you go to the institution's website and look at the different degrees and diplomas they offer. This will make the process go quicker. Use the magnifying glass to search for your answers. You can select up to 3 programs. The benefit is that even if you don't get into one, you will still have options. When you are done and want to add, select Add Program. Then select the period of study, the campus, and whether you will do part-time or full-time. Most undergraduate courses are full-time study except UNISA, which is fully remote. Just a note, when you select a program, the drop-down list indicates whether you are eligible or not based on your grade 11 final marks. If the system indicates that you are not eligible for that program, and you select it, a pop-up message will appear alerting you. In this case, it's then better to select a program that you do qualify for. Applications for programs that you do not qualify for will be unsuccessful, as the institution uses your grade 11 marks to determine if you may be accepted into the program. If you want to make some changes, remember you can click on the small box in the summary of selections below and delete it, making room to add in another qualification. Once you have selected all your options, double-check your selection in the summary below, then click Save and Continue if everything is correct. This screen is the summary of all the information you have entered. Here you will check that all the details you entered in your application form as correct. Once the checking is done, you will be asked to create a 5-digit PIN to use when you log in again. Then you will read the agreement and accept the conditions to submit your application. You will not be able to proceed without accepting these. And that is it. Please remember to check the due date and make sure you submit your application before they close. For popular courses and programs, these may fill up before the due date and the university or college may not accept your application. All the best with the application.